What is going on, peoples? It's me, your boy Seed, the host. Most of the things right here on Pop Breaking Man. We're talking about the 100 best sci-fi movies, man. A list that I have curated, that I've put my time, my blood, sweat, and tears into making. We do them one a day for the first 100 days of 2022. Yesterday, we checked out number 19 on this list. We have officially broken into the teens now, man. We're on the home stretch, man. Thank God. We talked about Children of Men, and boy, oh, what a watch that is. Bleak, very serious movie, man. Nothing fun at all, but a technically precise movie. Best you'll ever see Clive Owen. I'll tell you that right now. Go ahead and check out Children of Men if you haven't. Check out that podcast if you haven't. Today we're on number 18 on our list. We're about to hit that Spielberg magic run, baby. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And one of my favorite titles for a movie, period. We got one more Spielberg left on the list. You know what it is. Don't act like you don't know what it is. You know what it is, but we still got a couple days before we get to it. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, man. 1977. This was the movie that he bet against Star Wars. If you recall the story, Close Encounters comes out 77, Star Wars 77. I think Lucas bet Spielberg that Close Encounters would do better at the box office. And I can't remember what the bets were, maybe points or something like that. Something crazy like that. It was some kind of crazy bet. And, Star Wars came out, it did what it did. It created a whole franchise. And Spielberg has been out millions thanks to this bet. But this is the movie bet against, man. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Here's a tagline for you. We are not alone. C minus. No, that's harsh. B minus. I'll give it a B minus. For back in the 70s, fine. All right. It would eventually be turned into a Michael Jackson song. After an encounter with UFOs, a line worker feels undeniably drawn to an isolated area in the wilderness where something spectacular is about to happen. Man, this movie is one of my favorite Spielberg movies. And when you hear people talk about their favorite Spielberg movies, usually it's like Indiana Jones that comes up, or it's Jurassic Park, or it's Saving Private Ryan, or something like that. Usually something in the 70s, 80s, 90s range when Spielberg, like I always talk about the Spielberg magic a lot in Paprika. That's like the Spielberg magic days, right? I think it ends probably somewhere in the late 90s with Saving Private Ryan, maybe the early 2000s. I had to go back and look at the filmography. But this is one of my favorites, and it's not one that usually comes up, and I absolutely adore it. If Independence Day is like the worst case scenario of First Contact with aliens, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is the best case scenario for First Contact with aliens. These aliens show up, man, they just want to fucking vibe out and jam out. Using the idea of using music as a communication tool with the aliens, I think is chef's kiss, man. It really gives John Williams a chance to shine as well. Dick Dreyfuss, Francois Truffaut, like one of the best French directors of all time in this movie, man. Terry Garr, of course, our boy Bob Balaban, who became a disciple of Wes Anderson's. It's filled with hope and optimism, and that's what the Spielberg magic was back. The wonder, that's the word. Like the look in the kid's eyes when he sees the alien is the cinematography with the way he uses light all throughout it is just absolutely bonkers good direction, man. I think this is one of the best. I mean, Mr. Holland's opus aside, this is probably the best Richard Dreyfuss, or my favorite Richard Dreyfuss. His burning urge and desire to get to the Devil's Tower. He makes us film nerds have made the Devil's Tower mashed potatoes like he has, and then we got yelled at by our moms about it. But that overwhelming, this means something. And that split diopter shot where he's breaking down, I think it's his son that's on the other side of that split diopter, and his son is breaking down at the same time. God, man, this movie is just so damn good. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is the dopeness. If you haven't checked it out, man, what are you doing? Sit yourself down right now and check that out, man. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is one of the better Spielberg movies out there, and I will stand by that statement. That's it for number 18 on this list. We'll be back 24 of the hours with number 17. What's it going to be? You'll find out soon right here on Paprika.